we're about 9 months away from World Cup, and since we're at the middle of the national break, it begs the question, what are the league favorites or top contenders for next year's World Cup? In the South America, I think also the top two teams there are Brazil and Argentina, obviously. I think both those teams are very hard to evaluate because we see them play against the top European teams. I mean, apart from friendlies and who are happening like here and there and the World Cup, there's not any competition that makes these two teams go up against each other. So I think it's very hard to evaluate Brazil and Argentina levels against like maybe the Netherlands or Spain or France because we don't really see them playing against each other. So this makes it a bit harder to evaluate Brazil and Argentina, and also because both these teams are in the middle of a lot right now. Brazil is going through a period of transition, I would say. They've gone from an era where Neymar was by sure the best player and was playing for them amazingly, to now not having a solidified start in their team. Obviously, Vini and Rafinha are both amazing players. I don't think neither of them has really done much for Brazil. I don't think Brazil has had a guy that contributes a lot to that team in the past couple of years. I think that obviously hurts them. And also they're in the middle of a lot of chances in terms of the manager spots. Obviously, Ancelotti was brought in last summer, and it's been a very big switch from what usually happens with Brazil. And also they've gone through some essentially in the manager spot over the last year and a half. Ancelotti this year they've been playing alright. I think it's gonna take a bit of some more time for them to truly adapt to what Ancelotti wants for Brazil. And it's still left up there to how Ancelotti will perform as a national manager, and if this type of roles is even good for him. And also, like, you can see that on the results they've had in the qualifying stages. Brazil ended the spots, like, in the last spots they could qualify for. So I think, overall, like, even the Copa America has been kind of disappointing for them. I think, even in the qualifying stages, it's been very disappointing for them. I don't think they've had a lot of success over the past couple of years. And I think that's been very disappointing for them. Obviously, the standard that we obviously grew up watching Brazil play for. I didn't because I'm still a bit young. But like maybe early 2000s, in the 1990s, we saw Brazil being an amazing team. And right now, in the last couple of years, in this past decade, I don't think we've seen Brazil being that kind of powerful team. And I don't imagine that being again happening again in the next World Cup. I mean, I think they have the quality to go out there and get a spot to quarterfinal, maybe even a semi-final spot. But I don't see them having the quality and the ability to go out there and battle for the World Cup and battle for a final spot. I think they're kind of the team who's going to be in the middle of everything, right? I don't think they're going to be flops for sure, but I don't think they're going to be like contenders. So I think they're kind of just in the middle of that. I think this next World Cup it's going to be a very disappointing World Cup for Brazil fans in terms of maybe them wanting to win the next World Cup. I don't think that will happen next year. Then Argentina, also another team, is very hard to evaluate because obviously they won the last World Cup and that World Cup was very much influenced by Messi. I think Messi was the best player in the World Cup. It was amazing there, but I don't know how well Messi played next year, right? I think we've seen Messi absolutely dominate MLS this past couple of years, past year. But I don't know how the MLS level compares to the level it's going to play in the World Cup. I don't know which form or which fitness level is going to go into the World Cup to play for. So I think a lot of Argentina's ability right now surrounds around the question of how will Messi play in the World Cup. I think a lot of Argentina hopes we kind of rely on him being able to help. Also, they have a good team. I don't think they have a team that matches up great against the top European teams because they don't have a great all-around strength. I think it takes a lot. I mean, if Messi comes back and playing amazing, I can see them having a chance to try and fizzle around those top spots. But if not, I can only imagine them doing a lot greater this year. I don't see them following up what they did last World Cup. I think also relies a lot on Messi. I think we'll see a very weak World Cup for South American teams. Obviously, Argentina and Brazil are two teams that I'm not really high on, but also maybe Colombia and Uruguay are teams who I think will follow better. I think we kind of see a decrease in that quality. That's one team I can expect to start to make some noise in this World Cup. I'm talking about maybe some wins the group stage, maybe getting through the group stage. I think that'll be kind of ideal for them. Ecuador is a team that I'm really high on. They've had some good players like Hincapié, Estupinan, Caicedo, and more. And they're a team in the qualifying stage. They finished above Colombia, Uruguay. They were second in the group stage just before Argentina. So I think a lot of that shows how high or how high level Ecuador is trying to play. But apart from that, I don't really see any South American team do especially well in this World Cup. Then going to North America, I think all three teams there are going to be very disappointing, right? Obviously, there's the host countries, Canada, Mexico, and USA. I think Canada might be the team with the best odds to try and do something. I think they have a good team. Maybe Alphonso Davies can be back already for the next World Cup, but they have some good players here and there. The other two teams, USA and Mexico, I expect nothing from them, right? I think USA has been a team that's kind of making some noise here and there. Wants to add some young players throughout the past couple of years, but I don't think they are a good enough of a team. So now Pochettino, not being their manager, maybe we expect something new to happen, but I don't think it has happened yet. They lost a lot of friendlies, a lot of tournament games that maybe they expecting to win. So I think it's very confusing to our team with that type of manager, that quality, should maybe win against like South Korea, for example, and they lost against South Korea. So I think a lot of, especially down for the USA the last couple of years, and even like there's been some confusion around Pulisic and lots of players refusing to participate in Gold Cup. I think there's a lot of bad environment at USA. I don't think they have the results needed. I don't think they have the squad needed. I don't think they have the environment needed. So all these combined is where I think will be a really bad World Cup for USA next year. Then Mexico, I think it's kind of the same. I think we've seen a very big decrease in Mexican football as of late. I mean, I grew up in a time where I saw a lot of Mexican players kind of playing Champions League and etc. I think there's only one Mexican player in Champions League this year, and I think it's already injured. So again, Mexican football has seen a very big decrease. There's a young guy right now. I forgot his name. I think I don't know. It's Morta. Morta's the guy from Portugal. I don't know what his name is, but he's a young guy coming from Mexico. I think that like really the biggest hope. But I don't think he's ready. I mean, he's a 16-year-old. It's not ready to be coming to World Cup and being there started. But apart from that, like I don't think this Mexican team has a lot of excitement towards them. I don't see they're gonna be very good this World Cup. And again, I truly expect this World Cup. I mean, it could be a turning point for like the North American audiences to start watching football and start like being more fans and whatnot. But in terms of performing, I don't imagine any of Canada, USA, and Mexico to do much, especially USA and Mexico. Going to Africa, I think this is the continent where any World Cup has always one team that kind of makes a run into it and starts to make some noise in the World Cup. And last World Cup was Morocco. I definitely think that this next World Cup will definitely still be Morocco, one of the contenders to do that. Morocco is still an amazing team. Also not having Hakimi at an amazing form, an amazing level, I think this will only help them. And apart from Morocco being a team that can kind of make some noise, they knocked out Spain and Portugal last World Cup. I think they can still do kind of those misdemeanors next World Cup. I think apart from that team, I think maybe Ivory Coast is a team that could be slapped on a little bit, and they have some good players in there that could kind of help them make a run. Also, like the same kind of Algeria, Egypt, Senegal, Cameroon, I think are teams that I think we'll probably see Africa have a better World Cup than what South America will probably have. Expectations and outdoing their expectations. And I think we'll see some African teams kind of start making a little more noise. And I think there are a lot more players, a lot more quality players coming out of Africa right now the past couple of years. Now going to Europe, there are two teams there who are the best teams in the world, the best teams in Europe. And for me, the top two contenders for the World Cup trophy, that is Spain and France. I think it's very obvious. I think every single football fan agrees that Spain and France are the two best teams in the world of football. In terms of international level, those two teams are the top, obviously. Now, I've been discussing myself a lot about over the past day over who is better, Spain or France. I think there is a very big debate over which team is better, and I kind of got to sit on Spain. Obviously, Spain is an amazing team. Look at when they got them playing a very Spanish way, if you want to say so, a very good way of playing football. And the players they have right now in their squad, like Pedri is there, Yamal is there, two amazing players, the best players in the world. I feel like also Nick Williams is also there. Like I think they have a lot of strength surrounding their entire defense and squad overall. It's not only defense. Like Cucurella has been a guy that's as a left back has been amazing. Pedro Porro is a guy that I like a right back. Even Dean Huijsen is a guy that's been pretty good for Spain and Real Madrid this couple of years. Obviously, he still has some errors here and there, some mistakes, but I think with time he kind of learns with that. Also, Cubarsí is a young guy who's been amazing for Barcelona. I think he can carry that form over to Spain. I think they have a very good squad all around, like a lot of quality in goalkeeping, in defense, midfield, and attack. I think their only real weakness is the number 9 spot. They play Garzabal there, maybe Morata sometimes, maybe Medina sometimes. I think really there is a position where Spain needs to strengthen himself, and I think really it's their weak point, I would say right now. Comparing that team to France, I think that there's still a little bit of gap in quality from Spain to France. I think France obviously has a good team. Also, Mbappe has been in goal form and continues that form throughout the entire season, and he carries over the World Cup. I think we'll see a very, very great Mbappe. I think obviously Mbappe is a guy that comes alive with World Cups. He's been amazing for the last 2 World Cups. and so guys, I truly expect the next World Cup to truly be with again and be maybe the best player in the tournaments. So I think France will still have a very high odds of trying to compete with the title and win the title. But again, looking at the squad, looking at each manager, at the way of playing, I still take Spain over France. And I think for me, my top favorite is Spain, and second one is France. However, I do think there are some teams below Spain and France, a tier below. They can still make some noise, they still get a final spot, even if the draw is correct. They manage to get a result against France or Spain. And there's like Portugal, Germany, England, Netherlands, and Italy. I think all those type of teams are very much in the same tier. If I had to say so, I think Portugal and England are maybe the teams who kind of are a bit better off that tier. Portugal's a team that won the Nations League, and I think they have a great team for themselves. I think Portugal's odds of doing something in the World Cup will obviously rely a lot on their front three, also Ronaldo, because obviously Ronaldo is a guy that I receive a lot of criticism over the past couple of years for being always number 9, always playing for Portugal, even when his former. It's really justified that decision. But I have to say, I was a very big critic of Ronaldo playing so often for Portugal. But as of the last couple of months, it's been amazing for Portugal. And if he's able to continue that form into the World Cup, I think Portugal will be a way better team than some people might expect them to. Also have Nuno Mendes in there, Vitinha, João Neves, a lot of great players. But I think our front three is still a big weakness on our side. Also, Capellião is a great left winger, I think is very inconsistent. I don't know if I expect him or if I trust him to really be that left winger that's gonna be decisive for Portugal when it comes to time. Also, like right winger, I haven't been like João Felix, Bernardo Silva. I don't think we have a solidified player that's always playing amazing that right winger spots. Also defensively, even center back pairing, obviously Ruben Dias is a guy that's had his best days in the past. He's still a great defender. I don't think he's that good of a defender. Also like Luciano Inácio, Antonio Silva, I think 2 young defenders who are trying to be these amazing defenders right now, but so far that potential hasn't still been met yet. So I think this Portugal team still has some question marks surrounding their player quality. And also, I don't trust our manager, Pat Martinez, to go out there and win this World Cup. I don't think it's that with a manager. I think when against Spain, maybe because of luck in that game, but also because of the player quality, I don't think Martinez did anything valuable to go out there and win that game. I mean, he played João Neves right back to defend against Nico Williams. I mean, in the first half, we saw Nico Williams absolutely eat Portugal's defense because of João Neves. That decision by Martinez to play João Neves right back. So I still think he needs some training to do before he actually is able to guide our team, guide Portugal to the World Cup final and win it. So I'm still going to put Portugal a little bit below that. England's a team that I think have a good manager, have some good players. I don't think their quality, and I don't think they're still gelling well enough to be competing against Spain and France. Obviously, I mean, we've seen some good signs from Thomas Tuchel early reigns, but I think also when everyone's fit, when you have bring Saka into the equation, having bring Foden into the equation, Cole Palmer into the equation, I think it will take some from work and time for Tuchel to truly think of a way to put this team playing. Looking at the teams like England, Germany, especially Germany is a team that I'm very concerned with. I'm very curious about to see what's going to happen with, because Germany is a team that sometimes plays well, but a lot of times also plays really bad. And we see them achieve kind of ups and downs results over the past 1-2 years. I think we rely a lot on Musiala and Wirtz going to the World Cup and play well. Musiala obviously has a big attention into the World Cup. I don't know how well he'll play until the World Cup. I don't know if Wirtz with running quadruple before the World Cup, or he's going to go into the World Cup with a very low form and he's not going to play that well. I think a lot of their odds rely on Musiala and Wirtz to play well, because that team around them is not that great. They don't have a great number 9. I think maybe Ultimate can be 10 number 9 striker for them if he keeps playing well in Newcastle. But even defensively, they don't have like a really great guy there. Even midfield, I have Kimmich there, but apart from him, they don't have any big guy there. So I'm still a lot of doubts over Germany. I think we saw them play the results. I don't see if Nagelsmann really brings a lot of confidence into the Germany team. And I think I might imagine like this Germany team, and the team I'm going to speak about next, Italy, I think those two teams are probably the teams who are going to be the flops of the tournaments. Also said with Italy, I think the Italy team has a lot of quality. I think, again, same case with Brazil. We grew up thinking of Italy as this powerhouse national team of also amazing players, amazing quality. But I think right now the quality is very much low. Also, I think defensively they have a good squad. Midfielder-wise, they have some good players in there. Offensive-wise, I don't think they have great players. I think looking at the team, I don't think they have enough to compete against even against like Portugal and England. I don't think they have what it takes to compete against those teams. Against France, Spain, I think they are still levels below those two teams. And I think like apart from the Euros final, which they won very well, I don't think they've had a lot of I would say like I don't think they've been great enough in the big stages to justify themselves being favorites for the World Cup. Also, in the last World Cups, they have a very bad history of downplaying expectations or not even qualifying for themselves. So I think like this Italy team is gonna have another World Cup of kind of failing. Then going to Netherlands, I think it's a team that's very interesting, very exciting to me. And I think that it's a team that has a lot of quality. Look at every single position. I think there are a lot of options there, a lot of things that the manager can do with that team. Again, I think that's still a bit too new into this stage. I don't think we've seen them going very deep into any tournament so far. So I don't really expect them to go again into World Cup and make a very deep run. I think maybe this is the year where they have started making some things happen for themselves. Otherwise, I think we have to talk about it as being another gold generation fail kind of like Belgium did in the last World Cup. I think this is going to be their last chance to try and make some noise, so try to go into quarterfinals, semi-final, try to make something for themselves, and try for us fans as well to see more of what they can do. And to cap it off, I think there are two teams who I expect them. I don't say like the surprise of the tournament, because one of these teams has always been the dark horse of every single tournament for the past 5 years. But there are two teams who I expect them to kind of make some noise and start to try and break into this tier I was talking about of Portugal, Germany, Italy, England, Netherlands, which are Norway and Turkey. Turkey is a team that has a lot of young players, or one of the team. I think that's a team that the right manager, the right mindset. I think a team that this World Cup can make some noise. You see, other good playing better, can English start to also get some test stardom. I think this is a team that has a lot of potential for themselves. Also talk about Turkey being a dark horse for the last 5 years, like Euros and World Cups. I think every single time they've not done that, and they kind of fail a lot in every single tournament. They kind of expect to be dark horses. But I think this tournament has to be one where we start to see a bit more involvement from them, a bit more improvement in results and in finishings. One team is Norway. Also having Odegaard and Allen for me should be enough to be a good team. Haaland has been an amazing form this year. If he carries the form over to next year, I think again it's going to be amazing for them. I think it's a team who start to get some more player quality into their team. And if they don't start getting good results, obviously this is a team that has missed a lot of tournaments over the past couple of years. I think they might have missed every single tournament. I don't remember the last time we see Haaland play in the major international tournaments. I don't think we have. So I can expect them to now be, first of all, qualifying for the World Cup, and then into the World Cup to make some noise with Haaland at the striker spot. I think they have to try to do something to feed Haaland, or I mean, they have Haaland and Odegaard, two amazing players. I want to see Norway do more for themselves this year.